these are results of faith.
My name is Josiane Oliveira. I am 35 years old. I am a call center director. I had a dream when I was a young kid to become a lawyer. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. So I studied really, really hard, and that was something that I had very closely to my heart. However, prior to me going to college, someone had said to me, "You're not going to make it into university." And I don't know what happened after that. I started paying attention to those words, and I started believing it. And when I went to college, I just couldn't learn. So I went from someone that was really, really intelligent to someone that just couldn't learn anything. Because of that, I started to feel really inferior, and I started to feel really, really sad, and I started to feel into some sort of a depression. Then I started hanging out with different guys. I would just hang out with different guys because my friends were doing that. So we started doing a lot of those bad things, a lot of drinking, a lot of bad things, and then I ended up getting pregnant. But at the same time, I had no job, no money. I had to move from apartment to apartment because I couldn't afford. So sometimes I would just pack up my bags and move out of that apartment because I couldn't pay for it. And I would just get another apartment, and knowing that I didn't have the money to pay for that one too. I couldn't afford heat, I couldn't afford electricity, I couldn't afford food, so we would be hungry all the time. I used to go to a church down the street that they used to give out canned foods, canned goods. Some days there would be whatever leftovers we would have in the fridge. If it got bad or grew some sort of mold, we would take it out. My mom and I would remove the mold, recook it, and eat it because we would be so hungry there was nothing else for us to eat. My mother had already started to go to church prior to her coming to live with me. So the day when I was suffering so much and I realized I needed help, and my mother had given me the word, I said to myself, what do I have to lose? I've lost everything. Let me just go to church with my mom. So I made the decision to go with her. When I went to church with my mom, the first thing I heard the pastor talk about was to be faithful to God. I started to ask myself, how do I be faithful to God if I don't even have a job? What am I supposed to do? And on that same day, the pastor had talked about having a relationship with him and also to be faithful in your tithe. He didn't say, here's, a bag of rice or anything like that. He just says, here's an envelope. You need to learn to be faithful to God, and you need to be a faithful tither. And you have to put God first. So I said to myself, Lord, from today on, I'm going to put you first. And if I put you first, I know you're going to take care of me. When I left that day, I went looking for a job. And because I had made that decision that going forward, I was going to be faithful to God, I walked the streets because I didn't have a car. And I was able to knock on different places until I found someone that was in need of a translator. And they gave me a job right there and then. So that was my first job. And there was that first time I had gone to church. I started to hear the pastor talk about the Holy Spirit. And he would talk about what was the purpose and the need. Why did we need the Holy Spirit? And I started to understand that I needed to have that in order for me to change my life. We had done the service when I first went to the Temple of Solomon. I knew that many people would say, oh, she's going into tourism. I looked at it as this is my opportunity, this is my chance. I'm going there to have this encounter with God. I knew that I was going to. Now, I could have had it here, it could have happened anywhere, but because I had prepared for that moment and I had been waiting for it, I knew that it was just a matter of God just sealing me and saying, here's, you've received me, you've received the Holy Spirit. And like I said, it was an experience that I could sit here all day and talk about it, but I would never be able to put into words and put into perspective for someone else to really understand how it is. From someone that was very selfish, when I see someone hurt, I feel for them as well. Things like I would never be able to apologize before the people, never. That was something I didn't want to do. I didn't want to ever do that. Today, it's something that's very easy for me to do. My opinions, my views are totally different from what they were before. As far as my love life, he was another challenge that I had to face because he also didn't come to the church. So for a very long time, it was a struggle, but I had the strength in this time to fight for him until he then came to Christ himself. So from somebody that did not like the church, he was very, very against me coming to the church. He was against everything I did. Today, he spends more time in the church if he can than I do. We have a happy life. We don't argue at home. We're happy. Sometimes I used to think that I have to depend on someone, the same way I was thinking that depending in the church to go get the food. But the pastor started teaching us how to, once you become faithful tither and once you open your vision, things change. You're no longer going to depend on anybody. So that little bit of food stamps that the government was giving me, I no longer wanted that. I wanted bigger things. I wanted different things. Today, when I go to a call center and I tell them, here's what I'm going to do for you, I determine what my pay is going to be. So they don't tell me how much they're going to pay me. I tell them, here's what you're going to pay me. From somebody that didn't have a car, I drive a Cadillac. So I change cars whenever I want to. If I want to change my car tomorrow, I can go ahead and switch it up. My greatest blessing is the Holy Spirit. I mean, I've been in the church for 14 years now. I never left because I just see growth. All the desert, all the difficulties, the trials, tribulations that I've had, they just made me stronger. And I just keep going forward because I know that God is with me and He's always going to help me through whatever situation that I'm going through. I wouldn't trade Him for nothing in this world.
These are results of faith.
All workers are people who are on the ground, on call, or sometimes have to put their lives at risk, from the start of the day until late at night, trying to solve problems to put others' mind at ease, in unpredictable situations, wherever they are, to try to make the economy go forward. This is why we bring to you the Workers' Prayer.
Arise and shine. Very blessed morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Today is the first working day of the week, and we are here for the very first workers' prayer. And we are going to be together every single day, 5:30 in the morning, in order to determine that you will have a blessed day and everything that you aim to achieve. Every single day, God is going to enable you to achieve. Let us see God's promise for this day, because every day we are going to be sharing with you a promise which God has made, and He's going to make it to come to pass in your life. Prepare your glass of water, your bottle of water, because we are going to be praying over it, so that when you drink, you may be strengthened and empowered. God may give you ideas and inspirations, and you may have a very blessed day. Let us see God's promise for this day.
Promise of the day.
So it says, commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Psalm 37, verse 5. Once you commit everything that you are going to do this day into God's hands, He will bring it to pass. Because if you commit your plans, if you commit all that you are intending to do, it's because you trust. If you trust God, He is going to bring light upon every step you are going to take. He's going to bless you in everything that you are going to do. This is the secret for you to be blessed today. Commit everything you are intending to do into God's hands. Trust Him, and He'll bring it to pass. Hold your glass of water. I have here my bottle of water, and let us ask God to give us this day a blessed day. Now is the moment for the workers' prayer.
This is our moment of prayer.
My God and Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I ask you to bless all those who are getting ready for one more day of work. People, my Father, who are going to go today to their office, people who will travel, people, my Father, who are working in various places, different occupations, nurses, doctors, police officers, my God, salesmen, entrepreneurs, business owners, people, my Father, who are work as a clerk, as a janitor, people, my Father, who will go to look for a job. I ask you, no matter the field of work this person who now prays with me may be from, I ask you, bless this water. When they drink of it, oh Father, enable them with ideas, inspirations, strength and power, so that today may be a day of success. And to all those who agree and believe, say, Amen. You may now drink from your blessed water. You cannot leave your house without the workers' prayer. Every day, 5:30 in the morning, we are going to be together, determining that God will give you a blessed day. From Monday to Saturday, this is the first prayer of the day, the prayer for the workers, bearing in mind that every Monday at 5 p.m. we have a service dedicated only for you who want to be successful, only for you who want to prosper, only for you who want to see your way forward, only for you who want to grow, to develop, only for you who want to make a difference. Every Monday, 5 p.m., we have this special service called the Strong Nation. Together we are strong. You just have to sign up to our YouTube account, as you can see on display right now, and you'll be joining us in this powerful gathering of faith. Bear in mind that the church is open. We are holding services normally, but following the regulations. 5 people, yes, 5 people. We have services at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, as well, 11 o'clock, 12 midday, and so at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., last and most especially 5 p.m. The services are held in 30 minutes. Each service, 30 minutes with 5 people. So you can join us. Yes, you can join us. But 5 o'clock on Mondays, we are going to be here on YouTube live for the Strong Nation. Get ready, because God will do wonderful things in your life. Let us see the wonderful work of the Unisocial that has been carried out throughout Trinidad and Tobago, because together we are strong. Arise and shine. Tomorrow we will be together for one more workers' prayer.
So friends, every week over 300 families, they have been fed through the effort of all those volunteers that you see here. Yes, the sun is hot, is the sun, it's not light. It's not studio lighting, it's the sun that we are going now underneath and to the doors of the supermarket, because there is no weather, there is no heat that's going to stop us to be helping every week those 300 families. Wherever you see us with this barrel, wherever you see us dressed in this uniform, my friend, you can trust, you can place inside of those barrels toiletries, water, non-perishable food, and even your donation. Because those who have been donating funds, their donations, we have been purchasing hampers to help many families countrywide. So let's go now and see how the work has been done, and after you see how we do, you are going to see us feeding a lot of families.
In heeding the call to help the needy, we, the Universal Church in the region of Port of Spain, our headquarters, marshaled our troops together in full strength to go out onto the roadways and various supermarkets to continue raising donations to prepare hampers for distribution. You can continue helping us by contributing to this great work by placing your donations in our Unisocial barrels when you see us at the street corners as we continue to reach those who are in need.